Hi everyone, it's time of the week. It's now the 1st of November. The clocks have changed, the weather's got slightly worse, it's got darker in the evenings, and yeah, we're really into the winter season. And this coming weekend, Guy Fawkes weekend, the 5th and 6th of November, we have a couple of big events going on, one in this country and one away I'm going to talk about. The main one being on Saturday at Mansfield is the National Cross Country Relay Championships, which take place at Berry Hill Park. And then on Sunday, there's the New York Marathon in the States, of course. So, few facts about the National Cross Country Relays. I'm going to focus mainly on the senior races. But having said that, there are 10 races in the full programme during the day, so it's a bit hectic. Everything from under 13 to senior, including a separate under 20 race. The senior races are 4 legs for the men over about 5k and 3 legs for the women over about 3k. Interesting because we've got the road relays that took place just under a month ago. We've got some form there to take into consideration, but of course the men there were 6 legs and the women were 4. And this is slightly shorter as well. So lots of twists and turns. You know, difficult to say with the weather how it's been. Sometimes it's really dry up there. Sometimes it's quite boggy. I suspect it's going to be a bit in between after the rain recently. So, and of course then you've got different things which will throw doubt on, you know, following the road form, because some athletes are choosing to compete on road events and some competing on the cross country. Then you've got the under 20s who could be included in the teams at Sutton Coldfield a few weeks ago are separate here. All the entries went in on Sport Soft race results, and that's where team declarations and the results will be posted, so look out for that. There is a live stream on YouTube, which is England Athletics Vids. If you want to look that up, you can book yourself in to watch that if you can't actually get to Mansfield. The under 20 race is, I don't know how I've always felt about this. You get some university teams, people can run for their university if their clubs aren't competing, which is a bit of a shame, but you will see Loughborough, Birmingham and St Mary's squads in the under 20 race, although it's not, you know, they're full squads because first pick will be for the clubs. Course varies a lot in how it is each year, not in the layout, but you can't really compare times for the past. But typically the men's races like 15, 16 minutes for the 5k, quite undulating, and as I say, twisting through the woods. Good spectator course though. First leg is slightly shorter than the other subsequent legs because it starts slightly down the hill just for safety reasons, because you get, well, in the biggest race up to 200 teams, so gets quite manic. But a great day, one of the best of the season I think in many ways, because it's so good for spectators. Lots of people from your club supporting you as you run, so really looking forward to it. Now let's have a look at possible predictions. Very difficult to predict, but let's take top 10 from the road relays. That's a good place to start. The men, the top 10 were Aldershot, Leeds, Cambridge, Shaftesbury, Tunbridge, Notts, Bedford, Bristol, Hercules, Wimbledon and Highgate, and all of them have teams entered for Mansfield. On the women's side, slightly differently, top 10 were Tunbridge, Salford, Aldershot, Lincoln, Leeds, Vale Royal, Bracknell, Charnwood, Birchfield and Bristol. And unfortunately, as I am from Tunbridge, the Tunbridge ladies don't have a team. We haven't got a team for this. So having won the road relay national title, we won't be able to compete in this, and nor, in fact, interestingly, will be Leeds. Leeds will be missing on the women's side as well. If we look at 2021, the women's race was won by Aldershot from Charnwood and Lincoln. And the men's saw Shaftesbury come from third place to win on the last leg through Liam D, with Highgate and Aldershot second and third. So again, with smaller teams, of course, if you've got one really good athlete that stands out, they have a much more of an influence on the result. Counter to that is the fact if you have one who's slightly off form or off colour, that impact of that result is significantly more as well when you've got smaller teams. The one club I might add in there, who could come in with a shout, Cambridge Harriers, who got a good strong women's squad, and they hope to be there and compete at the sharp end. They're quite capable of it on their day, and so look out for them. Very difficult to predict. I would say you can't bet against, on the men's side, Aldershot and Leeds, just on the basis if they really do get their top athletes out, they're very difficult to shift off the top two positions. Having said that, both of them have significantly good road races, so that cross country doesn't always fit into their schedule, and that's where other clubs come into the possibility of getting in the medals or winning. Cambridge and Coleridge always on the up, very hungry, looking for a national championship win, so wouldn't bet against them, and they're probably in with a shout in the under-20s, although my expertise on the under-20s isn't as significant as it might be on the seniors scene. So that's it. On the women's side, similarly with Leeds and Aldershot on the men's side, Aldershot stand out on the women's side, providing they can get 4 quality athletes out. But it's such a good event, I suspect they might do for this one. There you go. If you look at the entries, which all you can go with at the moment as I speak about this, because declarations are only just starting to be made, and it's only Tuesday in the week when there's a race on the Saturday. At the moment, just based on the entries, a lot of big names are entered amongst the registrations for the clubs. Doesn't mean to say they're going to be actually running, but look out for that. It should be exciting, quite frenetic in many respects. As I say, England Athletics vids on YouTube if you want to watch it and can't get there. The New York City Marathon on Sunday is on Eurosport in the afternoon, channel 411. Watch it live. On the men's side, you've got last year's winner Albert Correa. Got Galen running, which is always interesting. Evans Chebet is the fastest in the field at 2:03 dead. And on the women's side, we've got a couple of sub 2:18 marathoners in Peris Chepchia and Lorna Salpeter. From Britain, we've got Sarah Piazzacchi slated to start, and Sarah Hall from the USA. Perhaps the most intriguing one is Helena Beery making her marathon debut. So that's New York. It's on Eurosport, channel 411, Sunday afternoon. They're the two big events. I won't add any other news, particularly this week with those two events going on. Hope you enjoy it. I hope to see some of you at Mansfield. Look out for me. I'll be with my video camera, etc. as normal. And say hello. And hope you all have a good week. Cheerio.